All right, let's set the scene. You're maybe thinking about your next family car, right? Or just stuck in the daily grind. And, well, your current ride isn't exactly sparking joy.
Happens to the best of us.
Exactly. Or maybe you're just, curious about what's new in the SUV world, looking for that perfect mix of practical and, well, maybe a little bit exciting.
It's a busy market out there.
It really is.
Yeah.
So if any of that sounds like you, then you are definitely in the right place.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping headfirst into a really significant new player, one that could shake up the family crossover space. The 2026 Honda CR-V.
That's right, and we've really dug into it, gone through tons of sources, detailed reviews, spec sheets, you name it, plus our own research, of course.
Basically doing the homework for you.
Pretty much. We want to give you a real shortcut to understanding this thing. Our mission today, figure out what makes this 2026 CR-V tick, what it actually offers you and your family, and, could it be the right fit? We're boiling it all down. Okay, let's get straight into it then. First impressions. The 2026 CR-V. It seems like it's aiming right for that family SUV sweet spot.
Definitely.
What jumps out at me is how it tries to balance things that modern look with, real-world usefulness.
Yeah.
It feels like it's trying to appeal to folks who want something efficient but still capable. You see that refined look immediately.
Yeah, and what's interesting is how they've made it look, well, substantial and kind of sophisticated without going overboard on, say, a massive grille like some others.
Right. It's not shouting, is it?
No, it feels confident, modern, but still approachable.
Yeah.
It looks right, whether you're pulling up to the school gates or, a business meeting.
And that core idea seems to be about that balance, right?
Yeah.
Good efficiency, especially with hybrid, we'll get to that, but still having enough power and presence on the road. Seems like it wants to be the do-it-all family car.
It really does. Ticks a lot of boxes, or aims to.
Okay, so the outside looks good, modern, but the real acid test for a family SUV, well, that happens when you open the door, doesn't it?
Absolutely. This is where practicality lives or dies.
So stepping inside the 2026 CR-V.
You're immediately hit by how spacious and comfortable it feels. Honda's clearly gone for a contemporary design inside. They've used, well, nice materials, soft-touch stuff on the dash and doors. It feels quite premium.
And it's not just looks, right? I heard something about sound insulation.
Yeah, that's a big one. They've engineered in some advanced sound insulation to really cut down on road and wind noise. The promise is a much quieter ride, which honestly is a huge deal for long trips.
Oh, definitely. A quiet cabin, that could be a genuine game changer on those family road trips, couldn't it? Less, are we there yet? Maybe.
Maybe. And speaking of comfort, the seats.
Yeah, what's the story there?
2 rows, really comfortable. You can get some nice materials, leather on the higher trims naturally. Up front, power adjustable seats, heating, even cooling options are available. Real nice touches.
Okay, but the back seats, that's where the kids or, other passengers spend their time.
Crucial, yeah. They're spacious, designed for actual comfort, not just short trips. And importantly, they fold down really easily. Gives you massive flexibility for carrying stuff.
Right stuff. This is where it gets really interesting for families, isn't it? That cargo space. We see big numbers sometimes, but is it actually usable? Like easy to load a stroller or some flat pack furniture?
It is genuinely usable. So seats up, you're looking at a huge 1,113 liters. That's a lot. Enough for a massive grocery run or holiday luggage.
Wow, over 1,100?
Yep. And then fold those back seats down, and it opens up to, wait for it, 2,166 liters. It's properly cavernous.
Okay, that's impressive.
And they've thought about the practical stuff, too. Wide opening, makes loading easier. The floor is actually flat when the seats are down. Adjustable floor levels, too. And that power tailgate with the foot sensor, super handy when your arms are full.
Yeah, the kick-to-open thing, love that. It sounds like they've really thought about the day-to-day annoyances.
Seems like it. That attention to detail, the quiet cabin, the smart cargo area. It says a lot about who they designed this for.
Okay, so inside sounds great. Let's pot the hood. Talk about what makes it go. Power, efficiency, what are the options?
Right. 2 main choices for the 2026 CR-V. First up, there's a 1.5-liter turbo petrol engine, standard 4-cylinder, puts out a decent 190 horsepower and 243 newton meters of torque.
And that's paired with the CVT.
Yep. Honda's continuously variable transmission, so generally smooth acceleration for everyday driving. Performance-wise, think 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in about 9.3 seconds. Top speed around 200 kilometers.
Okay, standard stuff. But the hybrid, that's where Honda's been putting a lot of focus lately, right?
Absolutely.
Sure.
The second option is the 2.0-liter hybrid system, also 4-cylinder, but it works with 2 electric motors. Total system output is higher, 204 horsepower, and a really chunky 335 newton meters of torque.
More torque. That should feel quite punchy.
It does, especially pulling away. It uses what they call an eCVT. It's not quite like a traditional CVT. It blends the petrol and electric power really seamlessly. It feels very smooth, very refined, and it's quicker 0 to 100 kilometers in about 8.5 seconds. Top speed slightly lower, around 190 kilometers.
So that instant electric torque definitely helps with responsiveness, especially around town, I imagine.
Exactly.
Now, the big question for many, fuel economy. How do they stack up at the pump?
Okay, the 1.5 petrol averages around 7.0 to 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Pretty good for the class, respectable.
And the hybrid?
That's where you really see the benefit. It comes in between 5.5 and 6.0 liters per 100 kilometers.
Wow, that's quite a difference.
It is. That could mean significant savings on fuel over the year, especially if you do a lot of driving, something families definitely appreciate.
For sure. And drivetrain, front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive.
You get options. Both front-wheel drive FWD and all-wheel drive AWD are available, depends on the trim you pick. So flexibility there for different climates or needs.
Okay. What about the actual feel of the drive? Is it comfortable?
Sporty.
That classic Honda balance.
It leans towards comfort and quietness. That improved sound insulation really helps here. Underneath, it's got a pretty sophisticated suspension setup, independent all around. McPherson struts up front, multi-link at the rear. Meaning, basically, it smooths out bumpy city roads really well, but still feels planted and stable on the highway or twisty roads. It avoids being too floaty or too stiff.
So comfortable without feeling vague.
Exactly. And the hybrid often feels even smoother and quieter just because of how the electric motors integrate. It's a very composed ride.
That sounds pretty ideal for a family hauler. Okay, let's switch gears. Inside the cabin, the tech, your digital co-pilot, if you will, infotainment, connectivity. What's the story?
Yeah, crucial these days. The CR-V gets a pretty advanced system. Higher trims have a nice, sharp 9-inch touchscreen. Base models get a 7-inch. Both seem responsive.
And the magic words, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto.
Yes, and crucially, wireless support for both on the higher trims. That's fantastic. No more messing with cables just to get your phone connected.
Thank goodness, that is a must-have. Built-in navigation?
Available on some trims, yeah.
Nah.
Integrated nav with live traffic updates, always handy. And for charging, plenty of ports, USB-C and USB-A front and back. Keeps everyone happy on longer journeys.
Good, good. What about the sound system? For those moments you actually get to listen to music instead of cartoons.
Top trims get a premium Bose system, 12 speakers. Should sound really good, quite immersive. The standard system is a 6-speaker setup, which is, perfectly fine.
And the driver gets their own screen too, right?
Yep. Behind the steering wheel, there's a 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster. Clear, customizable, shows all your driving info right where you need it.
Okay, tech sounds well covered. Now, maybe the most important bit for families.
Yeah.
Safety. Needs to be top-notch, right?
Yeah.
Your guardian angel on the road.
Absolutely critical. And Honda usually does well here. The CR-V comes standard with the Honda Sensing Suite.
Which includes?
A whole array of stuff. Automatic emergency braking, CMBS, they call it. Lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, plus blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert. It's a pretty comprehensive package.
That's good to have as standard. What about the car's actual structure, if the worst happens?
It uses Honda's ACE body structure advanced compatibility engineering. The idea is to absorb and spread out crash energy, protecting the people inside more effectively. It's designed to be durable.
And airbags. How many are we talking?
It's quite extensive, 11 airbags in total. That includes knee airbags for the front passengers and even a front center airbag.
A front center one. What does that do?
It deploys between the driver and front passenger in a side impact, helping to prevent them from, bumping into each other. It's a newer safety feature that adds another layer of protection.
Interesting. Okay, so the tech's there, the structure sounds solid, but what did the independent crash tests say? Euro NCIP, IAHS in the US. Did it ace everything?
This is where it gets a little nuanced, actually. It's important to understand the details here.
Okay.
In Europe, Euro NCIP gave it a full 5-star rating, which is great. But that was specifically for models equipped with the enhanced Honda Sensing 360 system. Models without that specific package got 4 stars.
Okay. So check the spec sheet carefully depending on the trim. What about the US tests from IAHS?
The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, yeah. They gave the CR-V good ratings in most of their standard tests. Front overlap, side impact, the usual stuff. That's positive.
But I sense a but.
There is one. In their updated moderate overlap front test, this is a tougher test that specifically looks at rear seat passenger protection in certain types of frontal crashes. The CRV got a poor rating.
Poor. Ouch. What does that actually mean for someone buying this car?
It's a significant flag, especially if you often carry older children or adults in the back seat. That specific test simulates a common crash type, and a poor rating suggests that rear occupants might not be as well protected in that scenario compared to rivals that score better. It actually caused the CRV to lose its top safety pick plus SERI award from the IIHS.
Right, so it's not necessarily unsafe overall, but there's a specific area where it didn't perform as well in a newer, tougher test, particularly concerning the rear seats. That's definitely something potential buyers need to weigh up.
Exactly. You need to understand what that rating means and decide how much weight to give it based on how you'll use the car.
Okay, so let's try and pull all this together. The bottom line, pros and cons for the 2026 CRV.
Let's do it.
On the plus side, definitely that elegant, modern design. It looks good.
Agreed.
The interior space is massive, especially that adaptable cargo area. Over 1,000 liters is genuinely huge for this class.
A major win for families, yeah.
Then you've got the advanced tech, good connectivity. That comprehensive Honda Sensing safety suite is standard.
Peace of mind there.
Excellent fuel efficiency, especially the hybrid. And that comfortable, stable ride quality we talked about.
Very smooth.
And you can't forget Honda's reputation for reliability. That usually means good resale value down the line, too.
Always a factor. Okay, those are strong points. But every car has its downsides, or at least things to consider carefully. What are the potential cons here?
Right. Well, first, the price. It could be a bit higher than some key competitors like the RAV4 or the Sportage, depending on the market and trim.
Value proposition needs comparing.
Yeah. Also, that base 1.5-liter turbo engine. While efficient, some might find it feels a bit underpowered on the highway, especially loaded up compared to rivals.
Something to test drive if you do lots of long trips.
Definitely. Then specifically for some regions, like parts of the Middle East, getting original spare parts might be trickier or potentially more expensive.
Worth checking local availability and costs.
The infotainment, while improved, might still feel a touch slower than, say, what you find in a Hyundai or a Subaru.
Minor niggle for some, maybe?
Towing capacity isn't class-leading. If you need to tow heavy stuff regularly, something like a Nissan X-Trail might be better suited.
Good point. It's more for light towing.
And finally, noise isolation. It's much better, but some road and wind noise can still creep in at higher speeds compared to the absolute quietest in the class.
So improved, but maybe not segment best in that specific area.
Okay, so that gives a balanced picture. How does it fit into the market overall? Who's it really up against?
It's a battlefield out there. Key competitors are the big names. Toyota RAV4, especially the hybrid. Mazda CX-5, known for being a bit more stylish and fun to drive.
Hyundai Tucson, Kia Sportage.
Yep, both strong on tech and design. And the Nissan X-Trail, or Rogue in some markets, which sometimes offers that third row option, it's crowded.
And pricing. You mentioned it can be a bit higher. What are the ballpark figures we're looking at?
Based on recent figures, the Petrol models start around $32,345, and the more loaded EXL Petrol is around $36,795 The EX is about $34,545, and the more loaded EXL Petrol is around $36,795. They start a bit higher. The Sport Hybrid is around $37,025. The Sport L is roughly $40,145. Then you have the Trail Sport, aimed at adventure types, at $40,195. And the top dog, fully loaded Sport Touring Hybrid, comes in at about $43,645.
So quite a range there. What makes some of those trims stand out? That Trail Sport sounds interesting.
Yeah, the LX is your solid, reliable entry point. Basic, but good. The EXL adds more comforts like leather, better audio. The Trail Sport gets specific tuning-enhanced AWD, a bit more ground clearance, some underbody protection. It looks the part, too, for, light, off-pavement stuff.
More rugged appeal.
Exactly. And the Sport Touring is just everything. Premium Bose sound, standard AWD, all the luxury features bundled in, top of the line.
Clearly options for different tastes and budgets. Where are these actually built? Is it just one factory?
No, it's a global car. For North America, they build them in Ohio, Indiana, and Canada. In Asia, there's production in Japan, China, Thailand. European models often come from Japan, so it's made all over.
Okay, last big area.
Yeah.
Long-term ownership. Warranty, maintenance. What's the deal there?
Honda generally offers a pretty standard warranty. For the Middle East specifically, it's typically 3 years or 100,000 kilometers for the basic car.
And the hybrid bits. Battery, motors,
That gets a longer warranty, which is reassuring, usually 8 years or 160,000 kilometers covering those expensive hybrid components. But, and this is key, you need to stick to the scheduled maintenance at authorized dealers to keep that warranty valid.
Right, standard practice. What about the cost of that maintenance? Is it expensive to run?
Generally considered moderate. Not the cheapest, maybe not the most expensive. Compared to rivals, it's usually pretty competitive. Service intervals are typically around every 10,000 kilometers, pretty standard.
And spare parts. You mentioned potential cost issues in some places.
Yeah, just to reiterate, while parts are generally available, the cost of original Honda parts might be slightly higher in some specific regions compared to, say, Toyota or Korean brands. It's just something to factor into the long-term budget, maybe check with local owners or dealers.
Good advice. Okay, so I think that covers it. A really comprehensive look at the 2026 Honda CR-V. It definitely sounds like a strong contender for that next family adventure vehicle.
To wrap it up, yeah, the CR-V 2026 mixes that elegant design with genuine practicality that cargo space is a real highlight. You've got great fuel efficiency options, tons of safety tech. It's a compelling package.
Even with those considerations like the IHS rear seat rating to think about.
Exactly. It balances Honda's solid reputation for reliability with modern features and tech. It's definitely one to check out in a very competitive field.
So here's something to think about as you mull this over. Considering this CR-V, with its blend of Honda's dependability, the modern hybrid tech, all those features,
Yeah.
how much do you personally weigh that tried and true reliability against maybe newer, potentially more cutting-edge innovations from others? What really defines value for you and your family in a car like this?
It's a tough balancing act for sure.
It really is. We hope this deep dive gave you plenty to think about. If you found it helpful, please do hit that like button. It really helps us out. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next deep dive.
Yeah, and share this video with any friends who might be looking at a CR-V or similar SUVs.
Absolutely. And if you have questions, seriously, drop them in the comments below. One of the team will jump in and answer. For the full written review and all the specs, check out the link in the description and the pinned comment.
And for all the latest car news and updates, make sure you follow us on the Cars Press WhatsApp channel too.
Thanks so much for joining us on the deep dive.